welcome back to Saber Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, your wonderful host. And guys, today we're going to see, does it really matter what kind of rod you're using for your BFS reel? So guys, the genesis of this particular video, it is from you, the people out there gave me this idea. And the idea came from this exact comment that I'm about to read you right here. Now, I'm not going to say this person's name, but I will tell you what video the comment is on. The comment is on the BFS versus spinning setup. That is where this comment is from. Hey Mark, putting a BFS reel on a medium action rod is defeating the purpose of casting light lures. Loading up the rod with what seems helps cast the bait out. That's why you need a light or ultralight casting rod. It's designed for accuracy more than distance, but once you get proficient with it, you will be able to cast the same distance. I don't like to critique, just wanted to do what is right. Good luck with BFS. It is so much fun to use. Guys, that was a very nice, constructive criticism. I like that. I'm not upset by that in the slightest. He's got a reasonable point. A medium action rod might be something that is causing my lures not to go as far with my BFS reels. So I was like, I've got stuff laying around, I'll just test this out. So I have my KastKing Valiant Eagle BFS reel on a Mr. Crappie light action is what this rod reads. Light action, 2 to 8 pound line weight, lure weight is 1/16 to 1/4. Guys, we are going to test not only bass lures like this, but we're going to do the same kind of testing we did in that BFS setup versus the spinning setup. We're going to go from the very highest weight to the lowest weight. Now, you've seen this setup, you know what's on it. What's on the other setup? Well, the other setup, which is right here, this is the Elite Hunter medium action rod that I was using during that same video. Got a fast action tip on it. It says that it is good for 3/16 to 3/4 ounce line weight, 10 to 16 pounds. Guys, we have that topped with the Aldebaran. Now guys, I'm going to change these reels in between each test so that we're testing both reels on both rods. So we're not going to be like, oh, well, you put the expensive reel on the rod that's not supposed to do this so well. No, we're going to do them both. And guys, we're going to see right here, right now, today, am I shorting myself with this medium rod, or does this medium rod do reasonably the same as it would on an ultralight? We're about to answer those questions, but in the meantime, I'm going to get set up and get to where I can film. Don't you run off. All right, guys, so the first thing that we are going to use is one of these little mini spinner baits, mini buzz baits that you can pick these up at Walmart, Bass Pro. I believe they're made by Strike King, but off the top of my head, it's been so long since I bought one, I don't remember. I believe they are Strike King mini buzzes, but guys, we're gonna start off with our KastKing, and we're in a parking lot today, so that way it will be a lot easier for me to get from one end to the other, and I am going to set the rods down and take you with me to see how much more distance the ultralight does versus the medium power. So let's see what we got. Now I'm going to use both hands for both setups so that it's fair. So let me make sure I don't hit a tree, and okay, first lure is out. We're going to put this directly down right next to the camera. We've got our other combo right here, very easily to get a hold of, and let us once again do the same. Okay, and again, we're setting the combo down. and I am going to take you with me in order to see what we can see. Guys, this is a whole lot easier to find these whenever I've got blacktop rather than river rock, because I fully admit it was pretty tough to find them. So, our light action rod, it ends right here. You can see both my rods sitting at the corner of my truck right there. Right here is our ultralight. Now our other is sitting this much farther away. So guys, I'm going to set you directly over the BFS on the medium power rod, and I'm going to show you physically the difference between the two. This is the amount of distance in between. Now, guys, I'm going to go find me some sticks, some rocks, something to mark those locations, and I'm going to switch the reels and do it again. All right, guys, so we quickly changed the reels. You can see that I have now the Aldebaran on the Crappie Shaker, and guys, I have the exact same lure. So let's see if this does differently with a more expensive reel on it than it did with the Cast King on it. I've got both my places marked with wood, so I know exactly where my my last two casts were. So let's just get into it. And it immediately bird nested. So guys, let me get to work on this so that I can give you a justifiable comparison between the two. All right, guys, after a few minor adjustments, I got the bird's nest out. I am hopeful that the reel is adjusted where it will work okay on this rod. I think whenever I let go of the thing, the tip, whenever it makes its deal, it just immediately wants to bird nest it. But guys, this is, I'm not gonna lie to you, attempt 3, because I bird nested it the second time too. But let's give it a try and see if we can get a cast out of this. It's in a tree, so let's see if I can get it back. You all are causing me all kinds of troubles. If I'd have just ignored the comment. But no, I had to be all, let's make a video out of this kind of deal. But such is life. I lowered my lure to the ground and undid it. Now I'm going to quickly put it back on. And let's see if the wind cannot push me into the thing, or I cannot have a bird nest, or not have any other things go wrong with this. One more time for the cheap sheets. Nope, it bird nested again. Guys, I don't think this reel wants to be on this rod. We are going to answer this question, because if I'm shorting myself, I want to know. Okay, we've got us something out there. So we're going to immediately put this down directly next to the camera, and we're going to pick our other combo up and hope that I don't have such trials and tribulations with it. Okay, one cast with each. Let's go look. I casted them a little bit offside because the wind is trying to blow me into these trees overhanging this parking lot. But I'm going to pick these up and put them in line with where I casted the other two. So right here is where this one is. Let's put it in line with where I was casting before. And let's take our other setup and do the exact same. Okay, so let us compare. So the Aldebaran on the original 7-foot medium setup, right here is where that ended up. You can see right there is the distance. I'm going to show you the difference between my 7-foot rod and my little Crappie Shaker rod. So this is the distance to where the other reel did with the Crappie Shaker rod. But the big difference is the other rod with that Aldebaran reel was all the way down here. You're so far away that I have to pick up my voice to make sure you can hear me. Guys, that is a gigantic difference. A gigantic difference between the medium power 7-foot rod and the light action, I think it's 5-foot rod. But the other rod, the other setup, the Cast King, the cheap, it did no different. You can see right here, let me bring you all over to look at it. Right here's the piece of wood, right there's the lure, only mildly farther. So guys, there is concrete proof, but we are going to downsize and wait and see if that is still true at 1/16 of an ounce. Don't run off. All right, guys, so we have exchanged our lures for these 16th ounce rooster tails. Guys, the reels have not changed as of yet. I have the Aldebaran on the light action. How long is this? It doesn't say how long it is. I am assuming 5 foot, because I am not 5.5 foot, because I'm close to 6 feet, so we'll call it 5.5 foot. But guys, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our 16th ounce lures, we're going to cast them down the way, and I've got me a piece of wood to mark where I am, and also I have the pieces of wood to mark where these two lures land. So let's get both hands on it. All right, first one's out. Let's get two more. Let's get our other setup up here. I have casted these to make sure that they're not going to immediately bird nest like they did before, but let's try our luck with it. Okay, and we're going to set these down. We've got both of our pieces of wood to mark where we ended up, so let's walk down and give it a look. So we have our, luckily this time I color coded the lures to the rods. So we have our black lure right here, corresponds with our 7-foot, and we have our light action lure, which corresponds with that Aldebaran. So guys, maybe I have been shorting myself, because the Aldebaran put it a little bit farther. So let's see. Let's reel them in, let's change the reels out and see if there's any difference, or if I am just fine to keep using my medium rod. All right guys, so I've got the reel switched over, so you can see the Cast King is now on the slab shaker. So we're gonna do just the exact same thing. I've not given any test cast or anything like that. We're gonna see if the light reel does better with the light rod does better with the cheap reel. So let's just, okay, first one's out. Get our other set up here. Get it up kind of comfortable and do the exact same. Okay, let's go give it a look with these setups, how they are now. No cuts, no trickery, no anything like that. So let's give it a look and see. So we have our two pieces of wood here. This one, you can see it has a L sort of in it. Look at it. Almost exactly across from it is where that same distance from where my rods are laying right now. No difference whatsoever for that ultralight rod. Didn't matter whether it had the Cast King or the Aldebaran on it. It cast the exact same distance. But Give me a second, because I've lost track of it. I had it and it's gone. Oh, I may never see it again. Oh, the tree fell. Guess that answers. Tree falls in the woods. Mark hears it. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. So right here is our black bait that corresponds with our 7-foot medium rod. And over there is our piece of wood. So right here is our piece of wood with the Aldebaran. It does make a difference, because I have this much more space with that Aldebaran versus the other. Now guys, I think that gives us an idea of how that is working, because the Aldebaran on the ultralight is right there. It did better. Not a ton better, but better's better. All right guys, so that is the video. I did exactly what you all said I should do. Guys, I went down to a ultralight rod on my BFS setups, and guys, you saw 3 out of 4 times the medium did better. Now guys, they call this a medium, but I would not call this a medium. Look at how much wiggle that has with not that much, you know, that's not what I would call a medium. I'd call this a light action rod myself. But guys, you saw 3 out of 4 times that rod did better than the ultralight rod. And guys, I have to say, I kind of expected it. Guys, this, if you go back and watch, this was the setup that I picked up from it was there and it's gone. Academy. I picked this up from Academy for my very first video. And guys, it does work. There's no saying that this is not a good functioning combo for what it is. But with that being said, 3 out of 4 times, that was not the better rod for that reel. 3 out of 4 times, the medium action rod did better. And guys, I expected as much, but I know that this rod is not exactly the correct rod. I know that. I know that there are better rods out there. I know that one day I will own those rods. Guys, give me suggestions for rods in the comments, because this video came from a good constructive criticism in the comments. And again, I welcome all of those good constructive criticisms. You all are the driving force behind this video in particular, but many decisions that I do on this channel, and I welcome those comments. And I really like it whenever you all do like the video and say great job. Those comments are also very welcome. But guys, what do you want me to do next? Do you want me to pick up a Dobbins Ultra Finesse rod? Do you want me to pick up a Daiwa rod? Do you want me to go on Bait Finesse Empire and pick me a rod up there? Do you want me to go explore AliExpress or Alibaba or Amazon? Or do you want me just to pick up, instead of a new rod, a new reel? Do you want me to pick up the Casking Zephyr? Do you want me to pick up the Shimano Corrado BFS? Do you want me to pick up some other BFS reel? Guys, tell me in those comments, because I really do. I read each and every one of them, and if they're a constructive criticism and I can interact with you all on that, I respond to almost every single comment. But I'm just going to continue with the usual YouTube things. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, subscribe, because we are pushing for 1,000 subscribers and full monetization, and each and every one of you can help me get there. Thank you so very much for watching again. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.